Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. We're here today with Jamie Aiello. We're doing a quick bike check over here at the Port Jeff Bike Doctor. We kind of hopped on board this build a little bit later in the build, but a real quick background. Jamie, what kind of background did you have and what made you want to build this?
Oh, my background originated early 2000s, BMX, and then all the trails got plowed. So, like everybody else, joined mountain biking. And for the past 10 or so years, I've been riding a 27.5 and then upgraded to a 29-inch and figured, it's time to get back to BMX.
Right.
Here we are.
With Percy Rayner opening and everything, it's kind of a good time for us old guys to get our roots back. And, I see a lot of guys down there with DJs, but some of the guys grabbing 22s and the 24 like you built here, the Cruiser. Kind of happy medium in between their mountain bike and their old BMX days,
Yeah, I kind of felt like the transition from going from a 29-inch down to
a... just died. I'm sorry. The screen is black.
That's okay.
Oh, okay, still recording?
We're still recording.
Good.
Sorry about that. All right, so I feel that the transition from a 29 to a 20-inch would have been a little too twitchy. So the 24-inch for me felt like the perfect fit. Felt kind of like home right from the start when I first started it.
Right on.
So it's a great bike.
And why SE? Why did you go the SE route?
To be honest with you, it was more or less the length of the bike. It had a longer chainstay, which is this rear portion of the bike.
The rear triangle.
The rear triangle. Yeah. Everything else kind of felt a little smaller, but this frame offered a longer chainstay and a longer top tube for me. Because I'm used to that long overreach with the mountain bike. Because I'm riding currently an S-Works, which is, very slacked out bike. So this to me felt like a great fit. Plus, I fell in love with the color as soon as I seen it, and it was really fun and exciting with this build.
And the SE, the Floval Flyer, that's their aluminum race bike, correct?
That is correct, yeah. And they call it the Floval because of the way that this bottom tube goes. It starts off a little thin here.
Ovalized, yeah.
And then as it goes to the bottom, it transitions. But it's a great bike, great feel. I went with box components on here. Kind of felt that it would fit the bike.
It gives it that race style that not too streetwise, which a lot of companies gear most of their components to nowadays. But the SC's been in the game for a very long time. It's a race style frame. I think box is a good fit for the bike.
Yeah.
So what actually did you go with box on there? What actual components?
So I have I have a box stem.
Okay. Do you know what size?
That's a 31.8.
And the reach, do you know?
The reach on it was a 40 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this rise here on these, I wanted to keep it up a little bit more. I didn't want it to be down. We have a 7-inch rise here on the box aluminum bars.
Okay, are they the Cruiser bars or are they just the 7-inch bars?
They're just the 7-inch bars.
Nice. Okay, so a little taller, a little Al Kane style. He runs big bars on his Cruiser.
Exactly. Yeah, and I wanted to keep. Again, I wanted it to be up a little bit more, not too low. Right. Nothing fancy here with the brake lever, just a matching box, regular brake lever that goes down. The forks on here are stock that come with the frame.
The landing gears, so popular.
Landing gear, 24-inch chromoly with a standard FSA headset that also comes with the frame.
Okay. And you got box brakes on there too, with the box brake shoes?
I do. I have the box. I think they're the V3.
Okay.
Regular V brake on there.
Best noodle in the game, right?
Best noodle in the game. I actually switched out the housing on it to that anodized blue.
Okay.
To match it, and then since we're over here, just the regular box.
Quick
release. I switched that out too to match.
Nice. You're running that high post game. I keep making fun of you.
I am riding the high post game. It's some habits are hard to give up.
And that's a pivotal seat as well?
It is, which was actually new to me. We're all used to having a lot of
the rails,
the bolts down here.
Seat guts.
Yeah, and this didn't. So it's pretty cool. To loosen it, you got to put the Allen key through the top of the seat. And then you're able to adjust it.
It bolts directly to the seat post.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool. The seat is your profile race seat.
Profile. You can never go wrong with profile,
never
right?
go wrong.
When you buy one profile product, you transfer that product from bike to bike to bike. It's usually a lifetime of buying products.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of profile, what wheels did we go with?
All right, so we have on here the blue anodized Profile Mini Hubs, which are awesome. Absolutely love them. Always wanted to own a pair of Profiles, and finally had the opportunity on this build to do so. So with the Profile Mini Hubs, we have the Sun Envy 24-inch.
Nice.
We have
DT Swiss spokes.
DT Swiss spokes
Nice build.
with the blue anodized nipples.
Nice,
That
nice.
was actually Rob's idea to throw that in there, which I absolutely love.
Okay.
Absolutely love it. And then from there we're gonna move. And then from there we're gonna move down to the cranks. I did want to go with the Profile cranks on here, but last minute decision. I wanted to give Box a shot on this, which I think
it was a good move. I think it matches the bike a little bit better.
It does.
I think if you were going maybe with a Trail 20-inch, the Profiles would have fit better. But I think the Box cranks on this fit the bike a little bit better.
Right. It does. I believe it does. So these are the Box 4 two-piece crank setup, 170 millimeter. I have a Box 2 chainring on here, 39 tooth.
And we switch out the bottom bracket. You didn't go with the original bottom bracket it came with, right?
I did not. No, I actually did go with the bottom bracket that comes with it is not a box, but I have a box bottom bracket on there.
Okay,
now.
so you went with the aftermarket box.
I did.
And pedals?
The pedals. So
this is something you go with on every bike you own, correct?
This is what I use on every bike I own. I feel comfortable with these 1-Up, very thin profile, light pedal, and the way that they feel with the shoes that I ride. It's almost like feeling like I'm clipped in.
Okay, and they're a seal cartridge bearing, right?
Seal cartridge
chromoly
bearing,
spindle.
chromoly spindle.
Very nice. Lightweight.
Lightweight. The teeth on here, if they get bent or damaged, are interchangeable, which is pretty cool.
Very nice.
And then we have the Shadow Conspiracy half-link chain. Which,
shout out to Ron Bonner. Best chain in the game.
And, why not have this chain on it? A lot of people are going to say, but the weight, to me, it doesn't
Is that the race chain or is it
It is not the race chain.
It's the regular Shadow.
It's the regular,
nice.
the regular one.
Indestructible.
It just looks awesome on the bike.
And with the half link, we also get that micro adjust. We could really, that chainstay that you were interested in the rear, we could really micro adjust where we want that for our balance point and everything. With the half link, I always think they suit bikes better than the full link.
Yeah, and that's correct. That was another thing going into it. Having not that many teeth on the bottom freewheel is making it, like with a regular chain, harder to go around it from what I understand.
Yes.
So they came out with the half link to make it go around it a little bit easier.
Yes, there's less torque on the chain that way.
Yeah.
But most of all, because throughout the years, bottom rear chainstays have gotten shorter and shorter and shorter, and literally one link could make a difference of a wheel fitting on a bicycle and off a bicycle.
Right.
So the half link really micro adjusted all of that to make everything fit much better. And it looks like we went with a little bit of an old school homage, maybe, with the tires.
I did. I did.
A knobby, I should say, which you don't see often anymore in BMX.
Very knobby, yes. I am used to riding Comp 3s normally, big knobby tire.
Best in the game.
Holy Rollers at one point I used to ride, and then these are the Kenda K-Rads.
Okay.
Which I think it's it doesn't slow me down, but I think it also gives me that same comfortable feel from what I was used to as riding when I was a kid.
Right. Looking down, you're seeing 20 years ago.
Exactly, and that's really what this whole build was about. To be comfortable on it, so I can ease my way back into the BMX game a little bit.
Jamie, could you tell us a little bit about your grips and your bar ends here?
So the grips here are going to be, I think they are the Animal Clifton grips.
Nice.
You can check me on that. Again, this is old school, the way that this design was, kind of like the old Primos that I used to ride, Primo Perry grips, I think they were. So it reminded me of that. I went with the flange, I went with the old school donut on here. And then the bar ends are actually custom made. The design I got from, I think, Custom Caps.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll have to check that again. But I went with the Voodoo Doll emblem, which is going to be turning into kind of a whole theme that we're excited about.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. And you also did the same with your headset cap, stem cap, right?
That is correct. The stem cap is the same. I went with the black over here.
The Lost Boys voodoo doll is on this?
Lost Boys voodoo doll, yes, absolutely.
Listen, it's a gorgeous bike, Jamie. We were happy to get on board and help build it. Like I said, we came late at the bike doctor. We got the wheels built up for him, and we actually assembled the bicycle. But most of the work was done by Jamie on his own, and I think he did a really good job. Bike doctor and Jamie are partnering up in the future here. The whole Lost Boys, the mountain bike club that Jamie's a part of. We're going to partner up and, really see if we could get something going in the future. We're going to be making some jerseys and some hats and some hoodies. Hopefully you'll see these guys out on the trail. And, the more Jamie gets into BMX, maybe we'll be doing a second build here with a 20-inch in the future.
I'm kind of looking forward
He's
to
already
that
itching.
as well.
He's already itching.
I am. But it was nice to stop in here and try to partner up with Rob here for what we want to do and maybe give back to the community a little bit with the mountain bike organization. So we're really excited to see what spring's going to bring.
Excellent. Jamie, it's right before Christmas time, so Merry Christmas and,
Merry
awesome
Christmas.
build.
Thank you very much.